Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. So, one other thing I forgot to mention about obtaining this other Aeon that I've never obtained before. This is my first time obtaining it, but essentially, that is perfect. Look at that. It's like, it makes it seem like the Chocobo is like, okay, listen carefully, right? Okay, to obtain this other Aeon, they're called the Magus sisters, or Magus sisters. I don't know the pronunciation, I forget. I haven't actually obtained them before. But essentially, what you need to do is meet the following objectives. First, you do what we did in the previous part. We need to round up all the things from Magus. That goal's already been completed. Then you talk to the shithead at the arena. He will give you the Blossom Crown. In order to obtain the other second item that will be needed, in order to unlock the seal that's in Ribium Temple, you need to defeat all of Belgemine's Aeons. Not all of them, but up till Bahamut. You gotta defeat Balefar, Ifrit, Xeon, Shiva, and Bahamut. Then she will give you the second item you need. But that's not all. You also need to have obtained your Jimbo from the Cavern of the Stone Fayth, which we already have, and Anima, which we already have from Baj Temple. Once you have completed those objectives, you will be able to obtain this Aeon. Let's get to work! All we gotta do now is just, like, we've battled 3 of her Aeons already, so all we need to do is battle her Shiva and her Bahamut, and we will be able to obtain it. I'm not gonna, maybe, I don't know, depends how I feel once I've actually obtained the Aeon. Just like, maybe fight her other Aeons. I mean, by doing that, we'll pretty much essentially get everything else we need for Yuna's ultimate weapon. We can finally have that completed. Because, like, that's how you obtain the second item you need for her ultimate weapon. Because if you remember way back near the start of this LP, essentially, like way back in Besaid when I went off to the side to pick up a chest item, that was essentially actually, where is it? It'd be an items, key items. What was it? I can't remember which one of these it is, actually. Maybe it's the Sun Crest, I'm not sure. It's one of these, essentially. One of these we'd got, like, way back when, at the start of the game, on the beach in Besaid, essentially. It's for her ultimate weapon, and the other item we need in order to fully power it up is essentially by battling Belgemine's Aeons, all of them. We also got a sender as well, apparently, but I don't know. Maybe we can do that without doing that. But really, it doesn't really seem like there'd really be any more reason, really. I mean, you can still battle her Aeons and all that before sender, but you'll just get, like, kind of common drops, like, you know, power spears, speed spears, which is nice and all, but it's like, with a few exceptions, battling an Aeon more than once, you don't really get anything you can't get elsewhere, essentially. Might as well do this so we can heal. You know, I don't think I've ever been able to fully power up an ultimate weapon in this game before. Because like I said, back when I played this game years ago, back in the day, I sucked at this game and spammed Aeons too much and didn't really pay attention to shit like that.
I will be the judge of your Aeon strength. Are you good enough, I wonder?
I'll do my props later. I'll do my best. Shiva!
Very well. Before we begin, now, are you ready?
You know, I also just had a thought. It's like, when I was like looking through the Final Fantasy Wikipedia page yesterday, like I mentioned in the previous part, it was all another thing that made me think, it's like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. And she has all the aeons that you can obtain, right? And it makes sense, to an extent anyway. I mean, you know, the main ones, like up to Bahamas. Every summoner gets those aeons.
Choose your aeon well, summoner.
So it makes sense that she would actually, you know, have those. What kind of seems like a bit of a stretch is Yojimbo, but I guess Yojimbo probably isn't quite as out there. And the Magi sisters, clearly they're from this temple, and she's like an unsent that's at least 200 years old or something like that. So she, you know, they were probably an aeon that summoners obtained back then, and she obviously obtained them. That makes sense. What doesn't make sense is Anima. Anima is Seymour's mother. How the fuck does she have that aeon? I mean, it makes sense that we got the aeon, because we went to the freaking place that has that aeon. Unless, maybe, a bit of a stretch, maybe Belgemine was like, oh, I've seen this powerful aeon that Seymour used, and I know for a fact somehow that he has it sealed in Bar's temple. So I'm gonna go there and obtain that aeon and be all like, yay, I've got another aeon. But you have to go to the trials now. Maybe she just bypass it. I don't know. And you know what? It does make sense even how we obtained it. Remember, we had to go through water. We had to go underwater to get to it. And only Titus, Riku, and Welk can swim. So how the fuck did the rest of the party even get there? And we see the whole other party there while freaking Yuna's getting the freaking fayth and all that for the Aeon. So how the fuck did they get there? They can't swim, can they? They must be lying to us this whole game. Yeah, which one? How about Xeon? You know, essentially Xeon appears from a portal, essentially, right there, right? Then why can't we see anything else in the portal other than this? Just makes me think of Phantom Ganon, that does, actually, now I think about it. How about some thunder? Pandara. Nice. How about a bitch slap, though? Oh, she's got good... Oh, yeah, she's like... second only to your Jimbo in evasion stats, it seems. So, as we saw quite a while back, so I guess we'll rely on magic things. Ow, that mildly hurts. Oh, you know how to strategize, you bitch. Didn't do you too well, though. That was easy.
Stop. That is enough.
That was very easy. I still have these lampshades on my head.
You have made some progress, and for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
Thank you. Let's actually go around. I want to see if anything happens if we try to interact with it now that we've got one half of the items we need. I wonder, actually, because, like, if we need Yojimbo and Anima as well, so even with both items, would it... Oh, no, actually, that does totally make sense now I think about it. Because you gotta battle her, Yojimbo, and Anima as well. And if you haven't obtained them, she won't actually battle with them. So I guess that's why it makes sense. Because it'd be impossible to obtain both. Doors are sealed by a strange power. Try using Blossom Ground. Part of the seal gone. You've broken the seal. But not completely. Doors are sealed by a strange power. You know, why doesn't Belgemine say anything about this? It's like, oh yeah, you see the room of the fayth? It's just like, yeah. This is one of the old temples. The temples are old. You see, the statues are all still here. It's just that when Sin battled... Actually, it's this guy right here. I saw his image on the Final Fantasy Wikipedia. This is the second guy to defeat Sin. Like, after Yuna, I think, maybe. Is it Gandalf or something like that? You know, the reason why the calm planes, remember when Mei Chen said about that? It was when this guy battled Sin. Neat. But that's also why this temple has been forgotten about. Actually, that doesn't make sense. If it's this guy, then how the fuck are the other guys here? There must have been a point where they were like, you know, still like, you know, adding in these... Because if it's like was forgotten about after that, then how could the other vanquishers of Sin that came after this guy have the statues here? That's confusing, isn't it?
Well, Yuna, shall we see how well your training serves you?
Perhaps later I'll do my best. Bahamut, or Bahamut, I don't know how the hell you pronounce it. I've just been calling it Bahamut this whole time.
Very well. Before we begin... Now, are you ready?
Can you imagine if you can change your mind halfway through? It's like, I've changed my mind, I'm not ready yet. You don't scare me, Bahamut. Now those monsters at the arena, on the other hand, they kind of they are freaking ridiculous little powers.
Choose your aeon well, son.
Look at the size of it, man. I'll choose wisely indeed. You know, realistically, like, think of this from the perspective of, you know, the people in the game. If you saw this being summoned, wouldn't you just shit yourself? I mean, look at it, it's even bigger than frickin' Bahamut, and Bahamut's huge! What skills we got? Let's see how good your magic is. Damn! Everything does max damage with this thing. It's ridiculous. Damn! Two-shot it! Anima is overpowered, man. That's not even its overdrive. This is ridiculous.
Stop. That is
I see that you're already overpowered.
You have made some progress, and for that, I'm glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
You can see, like, there is a flowers or whatever. You can see why, like, when I originally played this back in the day, how I'd end up relying so much on Aeons, because they are powerful. It's just there are points in the game where, you know, over-reliance on Aeons can bite you in the ass. Particularly like those battles with Simo, for example, where after one turn he vanquishes the Aeons. So, like, you'll summon an Aeon, overdrive, and then he'll be like, "Be gone with you, bitch!" And just, like, one-shots your Aeon. And this case with some other battles in the game as well. Essentially, like that battle with Sin on the airship. It's like he's out of range for most of it, so even if you use your Aeons, it's just like... it's out of range for most of the battles. So if you over-rely on that, you probably won't be able to knock it out in time. And that's how I, like, never was able to defeat it back in the day. But if you've been watching this LP and saw the part where I actually fought that, it was piss easy, because now I have gotten a lot better at playing RPGs and Final Fantasy series and all that in general. Let's get ourselves another Aeon. Finally, that looks like Snake. That right there on the wall. Maybe it is, I don't know. Now it's time to get the super duper ultimate and fantastic. The doors are sealed by a strange power. Aeon. Try using flash after use. She didn't even say anything about it though. You've broken the seal. I wonder what this... What? You off-screen went in? That face. Cindy is like, well, that's the last Aeon. No, there's 3 of them, remember? So you got Cindy. You got Sandy. And you got Mindy. Together, they are the Magus sisters, or something. But no scene for them? Oh wait, we can go in here, really? Give us some backstory on these Aeons. Or this group of one Aeon, that's 3 Aeons in one. It's kind of weird how we just obtained them and then out the scene.
Why couldn't we see to stop the dreaming? Why did we stay on Spira? We had forgotten for so long. We had forgotten to move forward. We had forgotten to change.
Obtain defense spear. What? That's kind of weird, isn't it? It's like they just look like any ordinary NPCs, really, don't they? It's like you got... Was it Cindy? Was she the ladybug one? It's like, obviously the one talking must have been... let's have a look at them, actually. Yeah, it's Cindy. Sandy is the leader, obviously. They all got, like... I've never actually used them before. My only experience with them is the Dark Aeon version, and they are freaking tough as all hell. But like, Cindy's the tank, essentially. Sandy is kind of like the leader, probably balanced one. Mindy's all about the speed. She's actually got more than max freaking HP. None of the other Aeons have that right now. I mean, damn. It's just like... Just like... The one that was talking was obviously Sandy, I imagine. The one that was to her left, actually, yeah, to her left was Mindy, and the one to the right must have been Cindy. It's just like hard to believe. I mean, look at them. Like, maybe those two could be believable, but then Cindy, what the fuck's going on there? She wasn't even fat. What the hell? But yeah, that's something. Spear grit. I'm gonna use them in battle, like, pretty much like once we're done with this. Might as well battle the rest of our Aeons. Oh yeah, just like, yeah, think of the context, where they were like, forgotten for so long or something like that. Maybe they're referring to the fact that, despite how much like people have forgotten about the temple essentially in Spira, because it's like isolated, and Belgemine is the only one that actually seems to know about it. I imagine Mei-Chen knows about it as well, but he seems to be knowable about all kinds of things mainly, but you get the idea. So just like, they must have been thinking, why are we still even here? It's been so long and all that since we were summoned or anything, but yet we are still here. The only one who uses in battle is, Belgemine, and she's an unsent. What is this ability anyway? Extra power. Oh, wait. I smell pizza. That means I'll get an interruption soonish, probably.
I will be the judge of your Aeon strength. Are you good enough, I wonder?
Perhaps later I'll do my best. Your Jimbo. Like, if we couldn't, you know, if we didn't have your Jimbo and Anima, we wouldn't be able to battle her, your Jimbo and Anima, and therefore we would not be able to obtain the Magus Sisters because we gotta battle them all or something. I don't know. But it says it, so I'm assuming that is what you have to do as well.
Very well. Before we begin, now, are you ready?
I'd imagine like it'd be impossible to obtain them. Right, but at the same time, she does give us, you know, the thing, the scepter thing, after defeating Bahamut, and that's only the first 5 Aeons, so none of the optional ones. So I don't know, maybe it's just for the Nirvana, which is Yuna's ultimate weapon.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
I will indeed. I will summon the new ones. See? Magus Sisters. They're all in one. Just like not free Aeons. Well, they are free Aeons. But they come in a pack of 3. The only ones that do so. Like Mindy was all like, ah shit, I forgot where we were going. Flowers! I've never well, I haven't. I've technically never seen the summoning before. Look at Cindy. Just like, the reason I've never seen them before is because I've never obtained them before, and when I did encounter the Dark Aeon version of them, they were already summoned, so I don't think that a summoner had to even summon them. Or maybe they did, I don't know. But you know, Yuna has like a different summoning compared to everyone else. Everyone else just stands there like a freaking, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a chess piece, essentially. Just stand still, no movement. Yuna, on the other hand, is like, I will use my own animation, special animation, you know, in the summoning. So I've never seen that before. What is all this? Ah, yeah, I think I remember hearing about this. It's like, they don't have, like, attacks way, just like, you know, in the traditional way. You just, it's like your Jimbo in a way, except you don't pay them. You just, like, give them orders, or do as you will, go, or help each other. It says healing, offensive, and magic. And the sisters do as they please. Go for that. Why? Oh yeah, it's because it's a turn, I guess. Taking a break? It's like, so exhausting. Busy day today. So, oh no. She shot out her ass! What the fuck? Your Jimbo doesn't look like he can take much more. Oh my god! Overpowered, man. Jesus Christ, that isn't even their overdrive.
Stop. That is enough.
It's just ridiculous. We haven't even got to the point where we can deal over max damage, but our Aeons have far exceeded that.
Ah, you have made some progress, and for that, I'm glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
Thank you. I.
You've got quite a name to live up to, daughter of Braska.
Ah, shit, interruption. Incoming. 3, 2, 1, and... There it is. Interruption. I have food.
Very well. Before we begin... Now, are you ready?
I'm gonna be quiet for most of this. You're gonna really just stand like a chess piece while it gets summoned? How did you obtain this aeon anyway? It makes no sense.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Wow. Why not summon them again? I think it goes well. Fight! Boom! Fight! Boom! Do as you please. Reflecting. Auto life, nice. Nice little strategy you got going there. Uh-oh. Oh, that was it. Anticlimactic.
Stop. That is enough.
We're just too overpowered, guys. Seriously, if every summoner had these Aeons, I don't think Sin would stand a chance. Of course.
Ah, you have made some progress.
Sin
and for
would,
that,
you know,
I'm glad.
latch onto them
Take this. It may come in handy.
and become even more overpowered. Right. Might as well fight them then.
I will be the judge of your Aeon strength. Are you good enough, I wonder?
Oh, trust me, I'm more than ready. Perhaps later I'll do my best. Magic Sisters!
Very well. Before we begin... Now, are you ready?
Let's see how awkward you summon your Magic Sisters, shall we? I mean, it kind of makes sense for them to be, you know, her Aeons, because, like, they must have been from a time long gone, and she's also from a time long gone, because she's an nonsense. It's like, screw you, plant it yourselves.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Let's get a bit ballsy and arrogant, shall we? Right, would anyone like some, never mind. Actually, It's free to defeat as well, so that makes it more interesting. Target the leader. Weak. Ow. But some sonic wings. What is special? Focus and reflex. How about reflex? Haha! It is time! Owned! Not really. Oh! That doesn't count as instant defeat, does it? Oh, shit. You know you're about to be shot in the face. Oh, that's mildly irritating. Mild irritation. And you saw how much the one we had did. Why is hers so significantly weaker? Makes no sense. Let's go in chronological order. Got any, no, you don't, of course not. Take down the leader! Ow, mild irritation. Okay, that was a lot tougher. Fuck you! No overdrive for you! Let us heal a little, shall we? You are a lot stronger than you look. Of course, the tank next to it is, you know, a tank. So it's gonna take a while to knock that one down. Or maybe we could just finish this right now. Immune? What? Oh, it's because of the freaking mighty god, of course. That was a waste. Ow. Headshot! Literally in this case. Ow, 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 ow. Mild irritations. You don't even need to heal, you fat bastards. Oh shit, her overdrive's full. Don't know if they can actually use the overdrive if one of them's down, though. Oh, thank you. Fuck off. Fuck you. Are you just a healer? Well, we've seen her attack, which is not really doing that. Yeah, keep spamming defensive moves. Not gonna get you anywhere though. Yeah. Finally woke up and realized, oh shit, I can't do anything here. What are you, senile? Not being summoned for many years made you, like, incompetent? Oh, here we go. That's mildly irritating. She heals more than I can freaking deal out in damage here. What the fuck? Ow! Welp. Bahamut! Ah! Try to heal more than you can freaking get hit by, bitch. Bouncy ball. Ha! Pitiful. Ha! Regen this, bitch! How about summon? Ha! How is that not count as overkill, seriously? Maybe it doesn't apply to these battles, I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention.
Stop. That is enough. You have made some progress, and for that, I'm glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
Shining gems.
Thank you. Perhaps you'll teach me again someday?
That's not possible.
You're way too overpowered.
You have already surpassed your father. There is nothing more I can teach you. My work here on Spira is done. Time for me to go.
Toodaloo. It's like, nah, do nothing. You can do the option to, like, do nothing and continue battling with her, but there's really not much reason to do so, really. It's just like, you just get, like, power spears and stuff like that for defeating Aeons. You know, normal spears that you can get from most other fiends. And maybe one of them has something different, but even that you can get from other fiends, so yeah.
Yes.
It is in your hands. Destroy sin and save Spira.
Not once did she make any more movement than that. The moon sigil. Like, she stood still like that. Well, she definitely does move her arms a bit, but she has that still look to her the whole time. Like with Lulu, for example. Talk with a mouthful there. But this is where I'll make that second save point. Because now that we got all the Aeons, that is like, that is that, as Mei Chen would say. I'll save here. And we'll load from there when I'm ready to take on the final boss. And I'll make a second save. So that we can, you know, do all the side quests and all that. Become absurdly overpowered. I mean, we already are. But, you know, even more so, like, to freaking get potentially everyone's ultimate weapon, you know, do all kinds of super duper awesome hellish shit that'll make me rage a lot, I'd imagine. But, you know, if we, like, went on to fight the final boss after that, it'd be a cakewalk. So, you know, make 2 separate save files, so once you're done with that, you can load this one. Just use this one for all the side quests, you can reload that one, essentially, for when we're ready to take on the final boss, and then even load this one after that to, you know, have a swing at it with our overpowered ultimate weapons and shit. So, anyways, I think we'll go obtain Yuna's ultimate weapon. Now, we've already got it, but rather update it. And Yuna will be the first to be able to, well, actually, yeah, she could, you know, do over max damage with it, probably. It's just like, but Yuna's not an attacker, but you saw Holy, it does max damage each time. It's gonna be even better now. And she'll also be able to exceed the max HP and MP, I think, I'd imagine. And has, like, super duper awesome overdrive stuff that's, like, fills up easier or something. I can't remember. It's just going to be awesome, I'd imagine. Anyways, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.